February 2nd, 1980, a young prospect had his second professional fight. Now, at the time, nobody knew if he was just a gifted fighter, if he was just a young prospect, just that. It turned out to be Azuma Nelson. Turned into three-time two-division world champion, Hall of Famer, and known as one of the best fighters to ever come out of the continent of Africa. Well, 39 years later to the day, February 2nd, 2019, Matchroom Boxing has put together a fight card of some of the top prospects that the UK has to offer. It'll be all broadcast live around the world, exclusive in the UK on Sky Sports and exclusive in America on DAZN. Sponsored by William Hill, StubHub, and JD Sports. And at the top of the bill, you've got two undefeated fighters. It's a Nuffinlong fight. Ted Cheeseman, he has a storied amateur career, and he's now undefeated as a professional. He's coming off a great win at the Copper Box against Asinia Byfield, and he's chosen to step up out of the British level to the European level, ultimately, obviously, hoping for a world title. But he's going against the undefeated Sergio Garcia, El Nino, 28-0, 13 knockouts. And the chief support of this card is also a cracker. You've got two guys, no love lost. They're going to be fighting for a WBA Continental title. But all that aside, the Blade and the Spider, they've been itching to get at each other, and this is a fight that you really want to see. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, 39 years later, we don't know if the next great fighter will be on this card, but as a true fight fan, this is a fight card that you cannot afford to miss. Straight off his flight from Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, here to tell you all about it, the president of Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Hearns. Thanks, David. Sorry I'm a little bit late, and thanks all for coming today. Ahead of a big fight card on Saturday night, and I feel a real transition now in British boxing, where I've said it before, the older guard starting to come to the end of some of their careers. We saw David Haye step away from the sport, Tony Bellew step away from the sport, and so many other great Saturday night headliners are close to being in those final phases of their career. Now, you have the young lions at the O2. It's quite unique that we'll be in the O2 arena for so many young prospects. It's what we want to do. We want to give them the big platform. We want to give them the opportunity to shine. And there's so much pressure for the boys on this top table on Saturday night. Some of the guys down there on the bottom table. But up here, I love the pressure that's involved. You know, when you talk about Jake Ball against Craig Richards, I can't believe we're only 2 days away. Feels like I've been waiting for this fight for 2 years. But this is what I like, pressure fights, because everybody wants to get on. Everybody wants to get to the next level. And the loser of that fight, quite frankly, is out of the picture for British and Commonwealth title fights. Young Felix Cash in against Abolaji Rasheed for the vacant Commonwealth title. Felix Cash has to win, and not only has to win, has to look good doing it if he wants to be recognised as one of the top prospects coming through and go on to challenge for British and Commonwealth honours. For Lawrence Okolie, you know, it astounds me, and because we live in a brutal society on social media where you can get criticised for being 10 fights in and already won the Commonwealth, WBA Continental and the British title against the very best fighter in Britain in Matty Askin. The performance last time wasn't that exciting. This time, everyone's waiting to have a go at him again. So he wants to put on an electric performance and defend his WBA title. And then the top of the card, Ted Cheeseman against Sergio Garcia. I just think this is a great, great fight. And I think this is a 50-50 fight because I think everybody's talking about Ted Cheeseman against the Fowler Fitzgerald winner. Here's a guy promoted by Sergio Martinez, probably Spain's biggest hope right now, already European champion, already top 5 in the WBC. On paper, he has much more experience and much more pedigree at professional level than Ted Cheeseman. But he's stepping up, and I love the fact that we have a local boy headlining the card at the O2. We're going to have about 5,000 in there on Saturday. It's going to be a great atmosphere. And like I said, big, big pressure for all these televised fighters and some of the gentlemen below. And we'll start with Danny Saxo. Danny, welcome to the card. And again, big support coming for you Saturday. Your first real big show at the O2. You're going to really enjoy it.
Yeah, we got the call, and this is going to be a big one for me because it's my first big show. Got a lot of people coming, so I'm sure they're going to be excited to see what I've got for them. It's going to be a pleasure to be a part of the show, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Danny. John Doherty, the Doc, 2 brilliant performances so far, 2 very fast performances, one up in Newcastle and one in Italy as well for your second fight. Now, your first fight at the O2 Arena, you've been there before, looking to make another quick statement on Saturday night.
Definitely, I'll be out looking for the KO, and I'm looking forward to on a big bill, and obviously on undercard is my teammate Ted Cheeseman, and Felix is on it, so I'm looking forward to a good night and hopefully get another knockout on my record.
Great buzz at the moment in Sims's gym, obviously, with a lot of them on the card here in major fights. You're keen to move swiftly in 2019 and try and get up to title contention along with your teammates.
Definitely, they've all got titles in my gym, and it's giving me motivation when I'm training out there. I'm just wanting to get a title fight. Obviously, I've only had 2 fights, but I'm looking forward to the future and hopefully get a title soon.
The heavyweight division absolutely buzzing, and Dillian White's young charge. Fabio, again, great performance from you. Your second time at the O2, you're a little bit spoiled now, I guess, but looking forward to another impressive performance on Saturday night at the O2 Arena.
Yeah, definitely. It's nice to have some back-to-back performances at the O2, a great venue. Great to be a part of a card like this, to be on a card with so many up-and-coming boxers. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out there again and showing off a bit more of my skills and what I'm about, and just making more of an announcement, obviously letting people know that I'm here and I'm ready to make an impact on this division. So a few more fights and things, and I'll be aiming for titles and stuff myself, so I'm ready to go.
Without calling anyone out, who do you see as a target for 2019 domestically for you, realistically, in your progress?
There's no particular people I'm following or hunting for right now. I'm very focused on myself and my own training, my own personal development, and just obviously gaining more experience of me as a boxer. I'm not looking at any names in particular, but I'm aiming for the belt. So Southern area will obviously be the first little notch I want to go for, and then by the end of the year, go for the English as well. So whoever's holding on to those, or whoever wants them or wants to kind of meet me in the ring for them, then I'm ready to go.
Team Rasheed, fighting for the Commonwealth title on Saturday night. A few words about your camp and your opponent, Felix Cash.
Hello. Yes, I am set for the title. I was here in 2017. I fought against Sam Shady. I believe I won, but the judges feel otherwise. So on Saturday, I'm not going to leave it to the judges. I'm here. I've crossed several options, so I'm here to take the title away. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Felix, been looking for a title shot for a long time. Obviously picked up the WBC International Silver last time out. This time a major belt for you to add to the collection, and your first 12-round fight.
Yeah, first 12-round fight. So, I've done 10 rounds last time. I'm looking very forward to getting in there, showing him what I'm all about. I don't think he will see the judges' scorecard at the end anyway. But I'm looking forward to getting in there and doing a job on him and putting on a good performance for you guys.
We saw his fight with Sam Shady. It was a close fight. Have you watched that fight, and do you feel like you got a winning style on Saturday?
Yeah, listen, he's tough. Yeah, he is tough. I'm expecting, for him to be tough for a few rounds, and give me a few rounds and some tough rounds. But there's levels in this sport, and look at my amateur pedigree, my boxing pedigree. I'm levels above this guy. So I've got to go in there and show him that, and that's what I intend to do.
Mr. Okolie, it's hard to get someone to fight you. I'm not surprised. You're moving at an incredible pace. I know how hard you've worked in this camp, and I know how hard the team are. I'm planning 2019 for you. Saturday night, all about getting in there and working on the things you've been working on off the back of the Matty Askin performance.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's obviously amazing to be on a card with such amazing fighters. And yeah, like you said, for me now, it's about putting into practice what I do in training, in fights, and just being a bit more relaxed, being a bit more myself in fights and making the progress fight by fight.
You've been all over the place, haven't you? You've headlined at York Hall, You've boxed at Wembley, you've boxed at Millennium Stadium. Do you feel like within those 10 fights, you've got probably more experience than many have over 20, 30 fights worldwide? And the pressure's on, really, because obviously off the back of the Askin performance, there were a lot of haters out there saying, oh, it was a boring performance, etc. But how important is the performance to you over the results as well?
Obviously, I'm realising now that it's a mix of the two. So obviously, I would always rather win a fight than lose a beautiful one. But the performance is definitely key for where I anticipate myself going. So the performance here has to be good, but then it's the one after that and the one after that, because, as you said, the pressure's on. And in terms of experience, definitely I feel like within my 10 fights, I've headlined 2 shows, I've boxed all over, so I've definitely gained experience, which is why now stuff like press conferences and stuff is just normal. I used to sweat, now it's just normal, and you know what I mean, we just do what we do.
And that level, it's kind of like, you look at the cruiserweight division, from the Matty Askin level to those elite guys, you know, to the Lebedevs and people like that. There isn't too much in between.
Yeah.
One of the tough things about the division. So at some point, you're going to have to take that major jump again. You know, whether it's a Lebedev or these kind of guys, and it might be sooner rather than later.
And that's perfect for me. At the end of the day, like I said when I turned pro, that I don't want to waste time boxing lots of journeymen and so on and so forth. Obviously, maybe this Saturday I have to, because people in Britain are better at talking than they are at fighting. But ultimately, I will make the step up, and I'm very, very confident in my own ability. So I'm very happy to do that.
On to Craig Richards against Jake Ball, WBA International Light Heavyweight title. I think that although this fight has taken time coming, I think that these guys are the best they've been in their career so far. I think that having watched Craig Richards in the gym and seen the footage of him training hard, I think he's in the best condition he's been so far, physically and mentally. And I think now, with Jake up, with Dominic Ingle as well, getting all that top-class sparring, I think his mindset is better than ever. So I think although we've had to wait for this fight, you're getting this fight at a great time with no excuses from both guys. Craig, last time we were at the press conference, you said, just turn up, make sure you're there. We're 2 days away. I think he's going to turn up. And this is a big, big fight for you, and one really you can get your teeth into.
100%. And thanks everyone for coming out, first of all. And I just want to say happy birthday to Peter Sims as well. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Peter Sims.
But seriousness, yeah, it's been a tremendous camp. We've moved over, obviously, to the Matchroom gym with Tony, and been working with the boys and that. So we're over there training hard now, working. Development's been great, and I've been looking forward to this fight for a very long time. I think Saturday night, everyone's in for a thriller. I think he's going to train very hard. I've trained very hard. I want it bad. He wants it bad. So Saturday night, we're finally there. Well, hopefully, we've got 2 days left. So I'm just hoping Jake's still all right. So today, I've actually brought you a present, Jake. Just wrap yourself up in this. Wrap yourself up in this. Yeah? Throw down. And I think that will be the last precaution I'd have to take to make sure he turns up February the 2nd. But all jokes aside, we're in for a tremendous fight February the 2nd.
I've noticed, particularly at the workout yesterday, watching it, you really look like you're setting your feet more, throwing shots harder than ever. You look like you're punching very hard. You feel like you've really moved into this weight division now?
100%, because a lot of people don't realise, because I turned pro at super middleweight, naturally I was like at cruiserweight. I came down in the amateurs to light heavyweight. I always was in light heavyweight, but I thought to myself, well, with the one-day rehydration, I could go super middleweight and rehydrate, but it wasn't happening for me. It's losing my punch power, losing my energy system, wasn't performing. And then I've come back to my natural weight, and you can see in the gym, in my fights, it's all different now, and I'm back to my natural weight, ready to go. And now I'm confident within myself, because although I was winning fights at super middleweight, you're not fully confident knowing that you're not your full self. But now I know I'm myself, I know I'm punching, I know I can bring the best out of myself. I'm fully confident and ready to go.
Do you think you win this fight inside the distance?
Yeah, 100%.
Jake, welcome. You're looking very sharp there. I know you've had a great camp up with Dominic Ingle. And again, same questions to you. This is absolute crunch time in both of your careers to move forward into major domestic fights. Ready to go Saturday night?
It's plain and simple. All the talking's done now. It's roll on fight night, and let's rock and roll.
Obviously, you've been in those championship fights before, had a surprise loss. You come back, bounce back with some good performances as well. You feel like you have that experience as well at championship level. I know you went 12 with Buglioni, but do you see yourself as a more mature fighter in the professional division than Craig?
1,000,000%. Obviously, I've been through those hard fights. I've had fights where I've had to dig deep, go through the trenches, and come out with the win. Not get punched around the ring and lose the fight. So come fight night, Craig is going to be showing what his level is. I believe Craig's a good fighter. That's why I want the fight. He's a good fighter. He's a tough fighter. But there's levels to the game, and I'll show Saturday night Craig is not on my level.
Do you believe as well you win this fight inside the distance? Do you think it's going to be that kind of fight?
Craig Richards is getting knocked out as simple as. And actually, I've got a present for Craig as well, just so you know. After obviously, from the last press conference, he came up with a nickname I've never heard before, Jake Noble. Very, very original. I brought my balls with me today, so keep hold of them.
Thank you, Jake.
There, okay? There you go. They're there, okay?
No, you need to keep them.
Make sure.
Jake, you lost them
keep
last
them in your
time, so
pocket, okay? Keep them in your pocket and bring them.
You need to keep them.
And bring them with you, my
last
man,
time.
okay? Okay.
Put them to your jeans or
and
something.
I will see you Saturday night.
I'll see you Saturday night, Jake.
So we got some bubble wrap and a set of kangaroo nuts. So this is just your standard press conference here before our show at the O2
them both, though. He needs
arena.
this.
I just got to say, like, I'm really, really, really looking forward to this fight. Really looking forward to this fight, and these I feel like these are the fights that we really need to see. I hope we get that great fight. I believe we will. And
it's all talk, okay? It's all fun and games, but come Saturday night, we're both going in there to win. And listen, I'm looking. The fact the fans are going to enjoy it. It's going to be a good fight.
100%. It's going to be a good fight. Tune in Saturday. Yeah, fun and games aside, it's going to be. We're both hungry. We both want it. We both trained hard. Tune in Saturday.
We look forward to that fight very, very much. And another fight that is hugely important to the domestic light middleweight scene, the European light middleweight scene, and even the world light middleweight scene as well, is Garcia against Cheeseman for the European light middleweight championship. I'm going to start with the champion, Sergio Garcia. Sergio, back again. You look in great shape. You look very relaxed, excited to defend your title on Saturday.
Sí, la verdad que sí, que estoy contento de poder disputar esta pelea y más en este espectáculo que va a haber el día 2. Es un gran cartel y yo creo que vamos a hacer un buen papel.
Yes, absolutely. I'm happy to be here for this fight and for the show that we're going to put on the 2nd of February. It's true that it's a really big showcase, and I'm sure that I can put the best of myself out there.
You are world ranked top 5 with the WBC. You could have taken a big fight at world level, but you're putting it on your line. There's also pressure on you on Saturday night.
No, la verdad que me siento cómodo fuera de casa. Yo creo que la presión la tiene el de casa porque es el que tiene que cumplir con los de casa. Yo vengo aquí a hacer mi papel, vengo a hacer una buena pelea. Si gana Ted es porque ha sido mejor, si gano yo será porque he sido mejor y no va a haber excusas. Me encuentro al 100%, me encuentro muy bien de peso y nada, el viernes cumpliremos en la báscula y el sábado cumpliremos arriba en el ring.
To be honest, I feel like I'm fighting away from home here, so the pressure has to be on the home fighter. I've just come here to show what I've got and to put in a good performance. If he wins, he'll have fought better than me. If I win, I'll have been better. There's no excuses now. I'm 100%, I feel great, I feel good in my weight, and I'm looking forward to putting on display on Saturday.
Thank you, Sergio. Good luck, and we look forward to welcoming your promoter, pound for pound, great Sergio Martinez, to London on Saturday night. Cheddar, Big Cheese. This is a big moment for you, you know. And I was thinking on the plane, actually, all this talk about future stuff. This is a massive, massive test for you at this stage in your career.
Yeah, of course. These are the tests that I want. Do you know what I mean? I've been wanting these for ages, and obviously now my management and my trainer thinks it's the right test for me at the right time. And I can't wait now. I've been, ever since I turned pro, we all think about getting to this point of headlining a show at the O2, not just like a York or a small show. It's a big venue at the O2, do you know what I mean? And I'm 23 years old. I didn't expect to be at this level so quick, but my progression has been good and I've pushed to here, and I'm so excited now to get in there Saturday night and do the business.
We know that physically you're always 1,000,000%, but I think mentally this fight's going to be a little bit tougher than your previous fights, in that you've got that pressure. You know, you're headlining at the O2, you are stepping up a level as well. You've got to make sure you stay calm in this fight and make sure you listen to Tony and take care of the game plan.
Yeah, I don't feel nervous, and like sometimes you get a bit of butterflies. I'm fully confident on winning. I'm fully confident on performing. But the only pressure is on me is that I need to put a big performance in. A lot of people get to this point and sort of crumble under the pressure, and I've got to this point now, and I want to stay at this point and even go higher than this. So I've got to make sure I put a good performance in, make sure I do the business in style, and there's bigger and better things to come after this. After I'm European champion.
We've seen your performances throughout your career have been very intense, high work rate. Are we going to see the same from Ted Cheeseman on Saturday? I know you're going to have to be a little bit cuter, but looking to make it uncomfortable for Sergio Garcia at the O2.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, the last few camps I've been working on a lot of stuff with Tony, and as you say, I'm getting a lot cuter. My defence is getting a lot better. My head movement's getting a lot better. My reactions and sharpness is coming on. Everything's improving, do you know what I mean? I'm improving in leaps and bounds. And in these sort of fights, you need to. And obviously, Tony used to say to me a lot when I first turned pro, you got to watch all the top fighters like Canelo, Golovkin, and learn off them. And to be honest, when I weren't at a higher level, when I weren't fighting for titles, you used to think, oh yeah, all right. And you didn't really used to watch it out. As much as when you're doing it at first, you're not earning great money and stuff, so you're not sick of the sport, but you think, oh, I'm training all day, every day, I don't want to go on my spare time and watch boxing. But now I'm at that level, I know these sort of fights can mean big things and push you to the next level where you've been aiming to get to when you first started boxing. And I've been watching a lot of the top fighters, and I've been practicing a lot of stuff in sparring. Things are coming off, I'm looking really sharp and feeling a lot better fighter and a lot more mature fighter with my defence and my attack, and knowing when to have breathers, knowing when to push on. And I'm really confident Saturday night I'm going to put a big performance in, and probably my career best performance.
We've never seen you in a bad fight. Are we expecting the same on Saturday night? Another thrilling fight?
Yeah, all my fights are good because, do you know what? If Garcia comes to fight, and it's going to be a good fight because we're both going to meet in the middle and clash. And if he ain't as good fighter and he's fragile, I want to be spiteful and try and hurt him and get him out of there. So it's always going to be exciting for the fans to watch. I'm not going to know that I can beat him and play about and try and go to points. Even if I'm winning the whole fight, the 11th round, and I'm cruising, in the 12th round I'm going out there to try and take his head off. That's what sort of fighter I am. I want to put a good performance on. I want everyone talking about me, and I want have a solid position at the top here and stay here. You know what I mean? I don't want to get here and be a one-hit wonder and get up here. I want to stay here now and push on and get big fights.
Seen plenty of fighters take that jump and not make it. Wish you the best of luck on Saturday night, challenging for the European title. Live and exclusive on Sky Sports from Facebook at around 6 p.m, live on Sky Sports Linear from 7:30 p.m, also live on DAZN in America as well. It's a great card and a massive opportunity for these young guns to step up and become major household names in 2019 in British boxing. We're going to have head-to-heads with Felix and Jake and Craig and Ted and Sergio, and then all the guys here are going to be available for one-on-ones.